Why the U.S. can't build EVs without China. This headline's some might consider it a bit misleading because they could, but it would be at a pretty serious cost. And a lot of this has to do with raw materials, refinement, and a variety of expertise that exists in China. The provenance of raw materials used in electric vehicle production, including lithium, nickel, cobalt, and graphite, is about to have a huge impact on tax credits designed to put such cars within reach of average Americans. Many of the minerals essential to EV battery chemistries are primarily mined and processed in China or by companies within China's sphere of influence. China's sphere of influence. I don't know.
Deadly.
I don't know, countries where they operate or where they own businesses, or I don't know. That's a funny way to say it. New rules issued under last year's Inflation Reduction Act exclude EVs with components from foreign entities of concern, a category that remains hazy but will likely include China, given that federal officials recently tagged it as such in the semiconductor world. The idea is to reduce U.S. reliance on China, a lofty goal given the country's control of battery resources and technology. While lithium and some other battery minerals exist in the U.S., developing the mines is expensive and time-consuming. So it's what is the cost? Does it get passed on to the customer? Can we have such cheap EVs? Can the cost of these EVs come down fast enough? Will these subsidies be enough to compensate for those cost differences versus having this activity take place in China and everyone benefiting from that lower cost to begin with and that lack of upstart. But this kind of highlights one of those things where you have governments making claims and talking big. You have politics involved. We're going to be renewable and it's going to be cool. And then it's like, wait, we actually have to do this? Okay, here are the consequences. And once you get into the nitty gritty and once you're actually trying to do the thing is when you begin to discover the weaknesses in whatever that approach might be, because there's always some sort of weakness. Mm-hmm. And it was like a wake-up call for some of these countries that were relying on Russia, for example, for natural gas. And then Russia goes to Ukraine and everyone's like, well, we're not going to be involved in that anymore. And it's like, oh, God, we kind of have to be involved. And then it was major pain trying to become uninvolved all over again. And that kind of thing can exist here too.
Yeah.